The community recreation center was louder than usual that Saturday afternoon. Families filled the stands around the small MMA exhibition area. Children ran through the hallways, and local fighters warmed up near the training mats. Among them was Tyler Brooks, a 26-year-old amateur MMA champion with an undefeated record in the local circuit. Tyler loved attention almost as much as he loved fighting. Every victory had made him more confident, and every cheer from the crowd had convinced him that nobody in the room could challenge him. Near the entrance stood Daniel Carter, a quiet single father in his late 30s. He had come to the center for one reason only. His 10-year-old son, Ethan, had been invited to watch the exhibition with a few friends. Daniel wore a simple dark green shirt, jeans, and old sneakers. He looked like an ordinary working father, calm and slightly tired after another long week. What nobody knew was that Daniel had once spent years training in military close combat systems and later worked as a professional self-defense instructor after leaving that life behind. He had promised himself that he would never fight for attention again. Ethan was standing beside his father when Tyler walked past them. "Excuse me, sir," Ethan said politely. "Can we stand here?" Tyler stopped and looked down at the boy. "This is the fighter's area." Daniel gently placed a hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Come on, buddy. We'll move." But Tyler wasn't finished. He looked Daniel up and down and laughed. "Actually, stay." Daniel turned back. Tyler pointed toward him. "You look like you know something about fighting." Daniel gave a small smile. Not interested. That answer only made Tyler grin wider. The crowd nearby began noticing the conversation. "Come on," Tyler said loudly. "One round. You and me." Daniel shook his head. "I'm here with my son." Tyler stepped closer. "So that's a no?" Daniel looked directly at him. "That's a no." Tyler laughed, hoping the people around him would join in. Smart decision. Ethan looked uncomfortable. "Dad, let's just go." Daniel nodded. But as they turned away, Tyler deliberately bumped Daniel's shoulder hard. Daniel barely moved. Tyler stopped. For a second, surprise crossed his face. Then his smile returned. "You're tougher than you look." Daniel's expression remained calm. "Walk away, Tyler." Tyler's smile disappeared. "You know my name?" Daniel glanced at the event poster beside them. "I can read." A few people laughed. Tyler's face tightened. "Funny." Daniel took Ethan's hand. "Let's go." But Tyler grabbed Daniel's arm. The entire room suddenly became quiet. Daniel slowly looked down at Tyler's hand. "Let go." Tyler smirked. "Or what?" For the first time, Daniel's expression changed. Not into anger, not fear. Just warning. "You really don't want to find out." Tyler pushed him. The push was meant to embarrass him. Instead, Daniel stepped back only half a pace. The room went silent. Ethan stared at his father. "Dad?" Daniel looked toward him. "Stay behind me." Tyler raised his hands, laughing. "Finally." Daniel sighed. "I gave you 3 chances." Tyler moved forward quickly, throwing a confident punch. And in the next second, the loudest fighter in the room discovered that he had picked the wrong single dad. Tyler's punch came fast, but Daniel had seen it before it even left his shoulder. He calmly stepped to the side, avoiding the strike without throwing one of his own. Tyler spun around, shocked. The crowd gasped. Tyler attacked again. Daniel moved back. Another punch. Daniel avoided it. Another. Nothing landed. Tyler became frustrated. "Stand still." Daniel's voice remained calm. "You're the one who wanted to fight." Tyler rushed toward him, throwing a wild combination. This time, Daniel moved forward. Everything happened in seconds. Daniel redirected Tyler's arm, stepped behind him, and used Tyler's own momentum to bring him safely but firmly down onto the mat. Tyler hit the floor, stunned but uninjured. The entire room went silent. Nobody had expected the local MMA champion to be taken down so easily. Tyler immediately tried to stand, embarrassed and furious. Daniel stepped back and raised his hands. "We're done." But Tyler wasn't ready to accept it. He charged again. Daniel sighed. The second time was even faster. With one controlled movement, Daniel redirected Tyler and pinned him without striking him. Tyler struggled for several seconds before finally realizing he couldn't move. Daniel leaned closer. "You're strong." he said quietly. But strength without control is just another weakness. Tyler stopped struggling. Daniel immediately released him and stepped away. No celebration, no victory pose, nothing. Daniel simply walked toward Ethan. The crowd remained silent. Then someone began clapping. Another person joined. Within seconds, the entire room erupted into applause. Daniel looked uncomfortable. "Dad!" Ethan shouted, running toward him. "That was amazing." Daniel smiled. "You okay?" Ethan nodded excitedly. Tyler remained sitting on the mat, staring at the floor. For the first time, he wasn't angry because he had lost. He was ashamed because he understood why. Later, after the crowd had begun leaving, Tyler found Daniel outside near the parking lot. Daniel was loading Ethan's backpack into the car. Tyler approached slowly. Daniel looked at him. Tyler stopped several feet away. "I came to apologize." Daniel said nothing. Tyler continued. "I've beaten a lot of people. I thought that made me better than everyone else." Daniel closed the car door. "It doesn't." Tyler nodded. "I know that now." Ethan stood beside his father, watching. Tyler looked at Daniel. "Where did you learn to fight like that?" Daniel smiled slightly. "I learned that fighting is usually the last thing you should want to do." Tyler looked confused. Daniel continued. "Being able to hurt someone doesn't make you strong. Being able to control yourself does." Tyler remained quiet. Then he held out his hand. Daniel looked at it for a moment before shaking it. "No hard feelings?" Tyler smiled weakly. "No, I deserved that lesson." Daniel shook his head. "You deserved the chance to learn one." Tyler looked toward Ethan. "I owe you an apology, too." Ethan smiled. "It's okay." Tyler nodded. From that day forward, people at the recreation center remembered the moment differently from Tyler. They didn't remember Daniel as the man who defeated the cocky MMA bully. They remembered him as the man who could have humiliated Tyler, but chose not to. And Tyler, who once believed that silence meant weakness, finally understood why the quiet single dad had never needed to prove anything. Because the strongest person in the room was never the loudest one. It was the man who knew exactly what he was capable of, and still chose restraint.